Hi, good afternoon, folks. In this video, Patrick Kane. Do we make a pitch to get him? Yes or no? Let's take a look at it. Coming up. All right, the shout out goes to Wesley Rempel. He asked me if I could do a Kane video, a Kane coming to Buffalo video, and I think it's a good topic to talk about. The way we've kind of got momentum going on right now with the kids and the lack of veteran leadership on the team that we do need. We do need to get some, and I would be all for it. Me personally, I would be all for it. People say, what about the cap hit? It's not that big a deal when you just look at the salary. I'll go over that in a sec. But to get Patrick Kane on this team, I think would make a world of difference in the dressing room, just off the top. And not only that, the guy can play. He still has it. He still has everything that we would want for the age he is. So let's take a look at this, guys. I got 3 clips I want to show you. Let me get my glasses on here. And a few things. Okay, here we go. All right, there you see it. The most important thing here right now, of course, is his age. He's 32, he's going to be 33 in a few days. And he is, not a big guy, 5'10", 177 pounds. And looking at that, just that alone, at that and pulling out a Hall of Fame career, really is pretty impressive when you think about it. And I think he's actually easily one of the greatest American-born players in NHL history, easily. I think if we made a pitch to get this guy, I think we'd have more chance in a lot of cities because, he's from Buffalo. And I really do believe if there's anywhere he would want to go, it'd be like probably Tuck. He'd want to go finish his career in Buffalo. Now, Chicago fans won't want to hear this, but the truth is his time is done in Chicago. It really is. His time is done in Chicago. When you go into the Hall of Fame, I've seen Chicago fans saying, I want him to go into the Hall of Fame as a Blackhawk. When you go into the Hall of Fame, you go in as a hockey player. You don't go in as a Sabre or a Blackhawk. You don't. You go in as a hockey player. Go look. You'll see. Wayne Gretzky went into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Not as an Oiler, not as a King. He went in as Wayne Gretzky. And that's just how it's done. So, of course, he'll always be remembered as a Blackhawk. Everybody knows this. But we've seen guys go and play the twilights of their career in other cities and do really, really well. Really, we have, We've seen it. It's not the first time we've seen guys that he's not over the hill. I mean, look, he's going to be 33, right? And then he'll be 34, and then he'll be 35 if we re-sign him. So he's going to be 33. Then he would be 34 as a Sabre, if we got him this year, that is. That's if we got him this year. All right, let's take a look at his career stats. Here we go. And you can clearly see, the consistency in this guy's career, But the thing that I note with him, okay, is he had his 2 biggest years in the second half of his career, and he's just got better. Whereas I found Jonathan Toews slowed down over the years. Like if this was Toews we were talking about, I wouldn't be interested. But since it's Patrick Kane, yeah, I'd be interested for sure. Look, his 200-point totals came in, basically the second half of his career. And as you can clearly see, just the last year, 56 games, 66 points. The year before, 70 games, 84 points. This year, 11 games, 15 points, so on and so on. It's a very consistent career. And, 1,040 games, 1,103 points. There's so many reasons why I would think this is good, and I'm going to show you why in a sec, especially why money-wise. I'll show you why I believe it'd be a smart move. I think he'd welcome the deal to Buffalo, especially with all the crap going on in Chicago. And it's nothing against their fans. I feel bad for their fans what went on out there this year because they're the true victims of this. Besides, of course, the victim is the fans. The fans are like, God, how does this happen to our team? How would we feel if there was a scandal like this with the Buffalo Sabres right now? You know what I mean? We wouldn't feel too good about it. Looking at this, I really think if we went and got Patrick Kane on this team, it would be the perfect fit. I believe. Some of you guys might not, but I believe it would be. If you're going to get guys and you're going to spend prime money, okay, you do it when the timing is right. You don't do it out of desperation like Taylor Hall last year. That was dumb. And you know, like, that's something I want to talk about in a sec. So I'm going to show you the third clip, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this. Let me get that up here. And I'll get my glasses on. Okay. Now you can see there, he has, you know, highlighted into this year. You see it's 10.5 million cap hit, guys, okay? But take a look over on the right. His salary is 6.9 the next 2 years. It's 6.9. So for an owner, he's looking at this like, I got a guy that can really help take us to the next level. And really, we can get him for that. You know, if he's playing for that money right now, he's not going to, at his age now, he's just not going to make that much more. You know, like, really, he's not, I don't think he's going to get $11, $12 million at 34 years old. I just don't. I mean, we're in an era now. And I want to bring up something. So you see he's 6'9" this year and next year, okay? Now, the next 2 years, Taylor Hall's making $7 million and 7.25. Tell me who you'd rather have, Patrick Kane or Taylor Hall? It's a no-brainer, right? So looking at it from this angle, looking at it from the money part too, it works. We could squeeze 10.5 million on the cap hit, guys. We can. You know, we don't have a ton of contracts that we're just running into that need tons of money. We can do this for a few years and figure it out. We're going to be losing players, but we're going to be getting back some players that make league minimum again. And if we can put Kane on the team, and then later on he takes a nicer cap hit down the line, like a 7, 6.5, because I don't think he'll get much more than that, really. No, not at 34. I just can't see it. I can't see any team offering this guy like 10 million at 34 years old. I'd be surprised. I would be. 6.5 I could see. 7, right around there, you know. And then later on he gets to finish his career in his hometown. Again, Chicago fans won't like the sounds of that, but let the guy go. He's done it for you. He's done everything for you. Don't let him waste the rest of his career on a rebuild now. You know, we're on one that's on an upswing, where Chicago's on a downswing when it comes to the rebuild. You've seen it in the rebuild video I did recently, guys. I mean, it's the numbers don't lie. Could this happen? I think it could, because there's been so many rumors for so many years about Patrick Kane coming to Buffalo. And I actually see Tays going to Winnipeg. I could see that happening too. It's time for Chicago to let their vets go and say thank you. Thanks for the memories, you know, because they haven't done nothing since 2015. We're going into 2022. It's time to let them go, let them move on. Chicago's going nowhere this year. And the Sabres right now are on an upswing of a rebuild that looks like it's going to catch fire very quick, this rebuild that we're in this time. We already had a lot of pieces in place. People think we're starting from scratch. They don't get it. We have all the first rounders in place already, and more coming in next year. So it's you know, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be like with the Jack thing, where we're just surrounding Jack with the wrong players, so to say. You know, we're not going to be doing that this time, because we're going to just get Kane in as a complementary piece and a bunch of young kids that are really gung-ho on the team and really want this team to do well. And I think Kane would fit right in there like Alex Tuch's going to. I really do. So something to think about, guys. It really is something to think about, and something that could happen. I could see the Sabres actually making a pitch for Patrick Kane. I really could, because the odds are he'll want to come home if he's going to play somewhere. That's the odds. That's always what players want eventually, is to go to their home city where their families are and things like this, and friends are and their roots are, and it's only normal. A lot of players want to do this. Like, don't be surprised in the future if Austin Matthews actually finds his way out to Arizona. As crazy as that sounds, don't be that surprised if Arizona make a big pitch and he decides to go home and be part of the solution over there. And just, it's possible. So what do you guys think? Would you be excited? I would be. I think this would be a Stanley Cup piece in place, so would Tuch and all sorts of young kids. feeding off these vets, especially a guy like Kane coming in with his experience, his cups, it would be something else. I'm pretty sure the town will be excited if this happened. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. I got 2 more to make. See you then.